YouTube, what up? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the cost of living here in Cusco, Peru. Definitely want to say this is the cheapest city I've ever lived in, which is pretty crazy because I feel like I've already lived in some pretty cheap places. But without further ado, let's get into it and see how much the cost of living is here in Cusco, Peru. So with literally every other place I've been to, my biggest expense is my rent. I am staying at the place that you see in this video, and for this place I paid $467. This place is located by Avenida Cultura, which is basically the locals' main street here in Cusco. I always like staying places that aren't really by tourists. So yeah. Honestly, I did not like this place. I would not stay here again. This is the first spot I've ever had where I just didn't like it. The dogs were absolutely terrible.
What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Get your ass on. Get your ass on, bro.
The hot water came every couple days. So imagine living in a cold place and you can't get hot water. It has been really bad, and I'm glad I'm moving on from here. But that is besides the point. I paid 467 USD for this place. So for food, I pay about $50 per week. And with my $50, I actually order out probably about twice a week, probably like midweek, and then on the weekend I order out, or like I'll go to a restaurant or something like that. But it's cheap here. I think part of this does have to do with my diet. I really have been cooking a lot, and when you go to these local markets, I mean, you can get 2 or 3 days worth of food for $4, $5. So it really is just very cheap here. The street food is really cheap. So I only spend $50 per week, and that equals to 200 USD per month on food here in Cusco. For activities, I have not done as many activities, I think, as like maybe the normal person would if they come to Cusco. I've gone to Sexy Woman. Yes, that is the correct pronunciation. I'll put the spelling somewhere below. But that was about $20 to get in. I went to Machu Picchu, and the total cost for that, including the train ride there, the actual attraction of Machu Picchu, the lodging that I had, all that stuff was about $250. I actually got really lucky and met some great Peruvian people, and we went on an adventure to Marais. So I really didn't pay too much for that. Altogether for me, that was $10. For you, that probably will be different. And then there's just a ton of free stuff to do too. Like Plaza de Armas is probably like the most notable tourist spot here in Cusco, Peru, and you can go there for free and walk around and take pictures and vibe out. Another main thing that I like to do as far as attractions, cool things to do, is San Blas, which to me is probably like the coolest area here in Cusco. It's like cobblestone streets and like really narrow pathways, and I would just go there for hours and get lost and just explore. So for me, a lot of activities were free. I didn't do a lot of activities as well. And then I had like the main two, which was the Sexy Woman and the Granddaddy, quote unquote, Machu Picchu. Transportation, again, not that much. Cusco is really walkable. Obviously it's in the mountains, but most of the stuff that you want to do, you want to see, isn't in those mountains, so you're not going to walk up there. I would assume if you're watching this and you're planning on visiting, you're staying somewhere near where I'm staying, Avenida Cultura, near Plaza de Armas, or near San Blas. And all those three locations are directly walkable from each other. So you don't really need that much transportation because everything you want to see is generally walkable. And on top of that, like, this is a cool city to walk through. Like, you'll pass by really cultural things or like really beautiful scenery or like really local feels when you're walking. So I actually opt to walk over taking a taxi. Like when I go to Plaza de Armas, I want to walk a mile or two because I want to see like the ladies on the street selling stuff, or I want to see kids playing at the park, or I don't know. You never know what you're gonna see. So for me, I prefer walking, and that's actually helped me out with my pockets and kept my expenses low. I've taken 2 taxis since I've been here. When I first got here, the guy kind of played me a little bit. I paid 13 soles, but for Cusco, that is a lot. And then the second one, I paid 8 soles, which brings it up to 21 soles, which is about $4.25. We'll even round that up to $10 just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So transportation is ridiculously cheap out here. For nightlife, I just haven't gone out in the city, y'all. I don't know, maybe it's just like the vibe I'm in, the mood I'm in. But after I get off of work, I'm liable to walk around for sure and like just kind of see what people have going on. Maybe try a little street food. Definitely check out my street food tour if you guys haven't already. But that's it. I have not gone out at night at all. I bought a couple alcoholic drinks, literally like a couple, I think 3 in a month. So for this, I would say, if we count those 3 drinks to be super specific, they were like $6 each. So let's just round that up to 20. My nightlife expense has been $20 since I've been here. And then the last thing is miscellaneous stuff. Maybe giving money to people on the street, additional fees for things I didn't really know about or understand. I bought a jacket, so like things that clothing and shopping and stuff like that. And maybe just things I forgot. But for that, I'd say no more, probably less, but no more than $50 for that over this month. So again, just not a whole lot of money being spent there either. All right, so totaling everything, the activities, the food, the housing, the miscellaneous stuff, transportation, and the nightlife, that brings it to a total of $1,027 for a month here in Cusco, Peru. When I say that number, it actually sounds pretty crazy because I always just go back to my time in Atlanta. I think after all my bills with 2 roommates, I paid $1,000 for 1 month, like just the housing. So it's just so crazy to see how much cheaper the rest of the world is. And that's really why I like doing these videos. So kind of like, for me, it really does surprise me. So I think for you guys, maybe it'll be the same, that it really just surprises you how cheap the rest of the world is compared to like living in America, where the average rent is $2,000 right now. So anyway, won't get into all of that, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys got to see a lot of Cusco and like feel the vibe and all those things. If you guys are interested in Cusco in general, I've got a ton of videos on Cusco already, and I have a lot of videos on Lima and Peru in general. So be sure to check those out and show some love. Talk to me in the comments, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And until next time, your boy is out. Peace.